back to the 2023-2024 NBA season. I have been traveling a little bit the first 3 weeks, so I haven't been keeping up with all the things that's going on with the NBA. I'm trying to get back into it. Oh my God, the Timberwolves are on a 7-game winning streak. And the Rockets won 6 straight, started 0-3. And it's in-season tournament going on. I don't really know what that means or it matters what people care about. And let's talk about the stats. That's the most important thing we care about in fantasy. All right, let's get into each game. The first game is the Pacers beat the Sixers 130-126. Wow, Tyrese Haliburton, what a year he's having. Joel Embiid still playing, and this game is at Philly. Very impressive. Tyrese Haliburton. People were questioning him. Why would you take him third or fourth or whatever? Right now, he's the third-ranked player in 9 category leagues, averaging 25 points and 12.5 assists. Absolutely popping off, shooting 53% from the field and 93% from the free throw line. Only averaging 2 points. Yeah, this year Tyrese has been unbelievable. 80 is second ranked and Shea is third ranked. I think Jokic is still by far the number one and Embiid should be number two. But I mean, 80. The reason 80 is second right now because he's shooting 88%. It's not sustainable from the free throw line, 3.3 blocks, and Shea is averaging 2.7 steals. That should also come down. But yeah, what a great start for Tyrese. And this game, of course, he played 38 minutes plus 19. Yeah, he's coming up. He just needs a better team. Made 7 threes. Miles Turner played just 19 minutes. He's been underwhelming a little bit this season. He is ranked. He's still okay. He's the 32nd ranked player, but just playing 27 minutes. I mean, only just 1.7 blocks, but a lot of it is just sometimes he gets in foul trouble. This game against Joel Embiid, no worries. Obi Toppin played 36 minutes. Why did he play so much? There's a bunch of injuries going on, but if he keeps this up, obviously a must roster playing 30 minutes a night. Bruce Brown played okay. He's just a streamer. Benedict Mathurin started, played just 50 minutes. He's inconsistent, just a streamer, and Buddy Hield. It will be hard to hold on to him all season, given his role on this team. Still played 29 minutes. He give you points and threes. If you need that, sure, have him on your team. Right? If you don't in the playoffs, you don't need threes, you drop him, right, in a playoff series. For the Sixers, they got Robert Covington playing 60 minutes, just a streamer for defensive stats, and Embiid, not much else to say. Not much else to say. 17 for 17 from the free throw line, 3 steals, 39 points. Continues just to be incredible. Him and Jokic, man, they just put up numbers. It's still early in the season. Let's see what the MVP conversation is going to be like this year. Both teams are winning. They got rid of Harden, so Tyrese Maxey is looking up for the rest of the season. He had a 50-point game last week. Tyrese Maxey, he's the 6th-ranked player, averaging 20, obviously a sell high. But 28 points is a little bit high, but without Harden, he could average 25. 7 assists. If you got this guy late, I don't know, where he's getting drafted, 3rd or 4th, he's going to have a big year. 94% from the free throw line, that's also too high. And a big thing is he's efficient and he doesn't turn the ball over. He shot 9 for 23 here. DeAnthony Melton with Harden gone, he's also a must roster, had 30 points. Yeah, they need guys to score, right? Joel Embiid is gonna draw a double team sometimes. They need 3rd or 4th guys. Tobias Harris, this is a high scoring game, also played fairly well. I mean, all the Sixers guys, I mean, with Harden leaving, that helps everyone because what they got back are guys that don't really take shots. And Patrick Beverley is on this team. Sometimes you forget. All right, let's go to the next game. Maybe need to speed it up a little bit. The next game is the Atlanta Hawks beat the Detroit Pistons 126-120. DeJounte Murray, people is not too high on him coming into the season. And now 10 games in, whereas he's ranked in 9 category leagues. He's ranked pretty high. He is the 20th ranked player. He's getting drafted in the 3rd or 4th round. Pretty good start to the year, I would say. I mean, 23 points and 2.4 threes. Those are a little bit high. but 1.5. I mean, everything else looks okay. He's very, very efficient this year, so he could come down quite a bit. But overall, no surprise, I would say. Um, Maybe overperformed a little bit. And this game, Trae Young is gone, so obviously helps him. Bogdanovich, if Trae continues to miss games, he's obviously a streamer. Hits three threes. I mean, every year he does this. He doesn't need a lot of minutes because he can make a lot of threes. He give you a little bit everything, assist, some defensive stats. Click Capella and Okongu, both guys could be rostered. But if one of them get hurt, the other guy could be a top 20 player in 2 week stretch because he can give you 2 blocks and 13 rebounds. Both guys are playing under 20, 27 minutes a night. And Capella had a huge game, 2 steals and 3 blocks. Jalen Johnson continues to be amazing, 35 minutes, high minutes here, 16 points, a steal and a block. Just gives you a little bit everything. DeAndre Hunter, just a streamer, also had a decent game. And Saddiq Bey could be a streamer as well. For Detroit, this young team, the rotation for this team has been very weird, I would say, and also Jalen Duren was out, so Marvin Bagley, if you need points in the rebounds, he's a guy to stream until he comes back. Cade has another poor shooting night with 6 turnovers, but have 12 assists and 3 steals. Those are amazing numbers. If you're talking about just pure number, 3 steals is amazing, 12 assists. But everything else obviously sucks. That's what you kind of know what you're getting yourself into drafting Kate, is that he's going to turn the ball over and he's going to shoot poorly, right? Killian Hayes could be a streamer for assists and steals. If the guy gets 30 minutes, obviously a must roster, but they got too many guards, too many young guys. And look at Oscar Thompson. What an amazing year he's having. Well, he's a rookie, but my God, he is ranked 42nd, despite shooting 43% from the field and 72% from the free throw line. He's grabbing 10.3 rebounds a night. He grabbed 8 here, 1.3 steals and 1.8 blocks. Amazing. If in certain team build, if you have this guy, if you got this guy late, he's basically a god, right? If you're punting free throws and threes, he's a god. 1.3, and the blocks might be a little bit high, but he's a defensive specialist. Grab a lot of rebounds, get you some assists, right? Amazing fantasy player. And if he's on the right team, if you have the right team build, he can absolutely help you win the league. But rest of the Detroit guys not really interesting. The next game is the Miami Heat. Red hot. They say red hot. How red hot are they? The Miami Heat, they are third. Okay, they also won 6 straight. Okay, they're 7-4 right now. Jimmy Butler, he usually just take the regular season against the Charlotte Hornets team. He usually just take it easy. 32 points, cool. Bam Adebayo also. Where's Jimmy ranked this year? He's 40, 30. He should be in the top 20 per game basis pretty easily. Probably just kind of took it easy beginning of the season. And Bam Adebayo having a great year, 16th ranked player. We all know he's always going to be in that range, but 23 points is fairly impressive with 1.4 steals and 1.4 blocks. That's one big thing with him over the years, last 2 years or so. It's just he's not getting blocks. 1.4 block this year is amazing. 42% from the field and 80% from the three. Overperforming a little bit. Duncan Robinson getting a lot of minutes. Just a 3-point streamer. And I don't know what happened with Kyle Lowry. Just play 40 minutes. He's a guy that you could roster for sure. Doesn't put up flashy numbers, but if you need assists, if you need steals, and you need threes, he give you that. But doesn't really give you everything else. But that's really useful in fantasy, I would say. But where is he ranked? Yeah, he's ranked very poorly, to be honest. Well, 107th ranked player. So he give you what you need. It's fine. It's fine if you wanna have him. The rest of the Heat players, Josh Richardson and Jamie Jacquaz Jr. played 33 minutes. The guy has been getting a lot of buzz. Sure, as long as Taylor is out, Jamie is a guy that we could hold. He's getting a lot of minutes, right? He's putting up some numbers. Had 4 offensive rebound, which is great. He's a guy we can take a look at. He give you a little bit of everything. A little guard stats. He had a triple-double the other day. right? Can grab rebounds sometimes too. For the Charlotte Hornets, we know that Miles Bridges could be back. Sure, if you want to have him. I don't think he's gonna be a top 10 player like he was before he got, with all the domestic violence thing going on. Yeah, maybe, but there's a lot of guys on this team, right? PJ Washington went off, absolutely must roster. LaMelo continued to shoot the ball super poorly, had 8 turnovers, but 4 threes, 11 assists, 3 steals, 28 points. Those are pretty good numbers, counting numbers. But yeah, Miles Bridges, take a look, right? Mark Williams has a lot of hype coming into this year, right? He's getting drafted over, he's 46th ranked player, okay. Despite just getting 0.4 blocks, wow, that's amazing. 14 points, 9 rebounds, fairly efficient, 74% from the field is amazing. But with him, right, you're not getting any assists, you're not getting any threes. His free throw is a little bit. I mean, that's pretty much all the big men. A lot of the big men, unless you're Joel Embiid or Nikola Jokic, or maybe Vucevic. An okay game. His field goal is his biggest strength. All right, let's go to the next game. The Spurs. Wow. Victor Wembanyama, obviously, this is the guy that everybody is interested in. Had a pro game. I mean, the minus 31, right? When you match him up with Chet Holmgren. The Oklahoma City Thunder also have some crazy strength, right? Maybe Victor doesn't bother Victor, but yeah, Oklahoma Thunder is 7-4, fifth. They're gonna make the playoffs, and they have a really good team this year, and they're gonna get better. I mean, the core is all under 25. It could be a very scary team coming in. The next, especially led by Shea. I mean, Wembanyama Spurs might take a few years to get up and running. Not much else to say. What you're gonna get from Victor is the block shots, right? Depending on what kind of game he's having, he could give you a bunch of things. And as much hype as he's getting, Victor this year, he is ranked 55 in category leagues. The efficiency is very poor. 18 points and 9 rebounds. Those are fine. 2.4 blocks. But just a warning that the Spurs, right, toward the end of the season, depending on how far your league goes, right, these guys get arrested a lot. It's just something to keep in mind. If you make it far, he's gonna get a lot of rest. Same thing with all the other Spurs guys. They might just do it throughout the game too. It's Zach Collins, right, who had a pretty good game. I think you got to roster him. Jeremy Soundchild, you got to roster him. Devin Vassell, like these guys on the Spurs. Devin Vassell, Soundchild, Zach Collins, Wembanyama, but everybody else is right. Not really interesting. They got blown out. Also, Oklahoma City Thunder. Shea, amazing. What else to say? He's ranked number 1. The guy is just so good. I don't know. He also, if you watch him play, he is so good. Josh Giddey, pretty tough year, I think, to start. Where is Giddey? He's not even ranked inside of 200. 24 minutes because the blowout. He's getting his rebound, he's getting assists, but he's still the same guy, right? He's not making that many threes. He's still somewhat inefficient, although he shot 7 for 11. 2 blocks here is also good, but too many guys to feed on this team. He's not going to average crazy amount of points. Assists, sure, but he's got to get more defensive stats or increase his efficiency. And he's kind of like, there's so many guys on this team that Jalen Williams had a crazy good game last weekend. 11 points. I mean, I think, he's supposed to get a lot of defensive stats. So once the defensive stats come in, he's going to be great. I'm not too worried about him. And Chet Holmgren, 2 steals and a block. Holmgren I saw it, he's shooting crazy good percentages. 15th ranked player. Carried by his 2.2 blocks, shooting 53%. I mean, the guy is also a beast. All right, let's go to the next game. We'll have the Orlando Magic. The Magic beat a lot of good teams this year. What's their record? 5-5. Okay. The Brooklyn Nets beat them at home. Yeah, we got when we talk about Magic, we have to pick up Jalen Suggs at this point. Jalen Suggs is 82nd ranked player, but he's averaging 2 steals. That's 2.1 steals is crazy. But he could give you 1.6, 1.7. He can shoot from the field a little bit better. But the most important thing is he's getting minutes right now. With Markelle Fultz out. What happened? What's going on with Markelle Fultz? Okay, left knee. He has a left knee issue. Okay. So we don't know how the rotation is going to sort out. But given how well he's playing, we got to hold. We can't do anything right now. He's also a minus 27 this game. That's no good. Pablo, pretty good all around the game. Bankero. Ranking wise, he's very poor. 170th ranked. 19 points. Yeah, 1.5 steals is impressive, but everything else is kind of the same. Still the same inefficient guy he is, shooting 65%. What are you going to do with him? But unless he start making free throws, his ranking is going to be bad. Franz Wagner, 21 points. Okay, that's what he does. The Brooklyn Nets. Okay, another team. Dorian Finney-Smith ended with 24 minutes. Claxton, you can't drop this guy, right? He's been in and out of the lineup. Ben Simmons, the news came out. He has, there's another back issue. So, for those of you who have back issues, this is his third or fourth. And if he does another surgery, his career might just be done. Back is kind of tricky. I'm not a surgeon, but back issues, they're very. So maybe that's why we're too tough on him, because he's being injured. He's actually being injured. And if your back is injured, that's probably the worst thing could happen to a big guy like him. So obviously that sucks, but that opens up opportunities for a lot of other guys. Because Ben Simmons was playing 30 minutes a night. Cameron Johnson came back. Cameron Johnson is an absolutely must roster. Give you points, threes, very efficient. Can chip in some steals with 3 here. Claxton, yep, absolutely must roster. Right now they're splitting the minutes, which is kind of annoying with De'Aaron Sharp. Maybe they kind of ease him into things, so he'll get more minutes. Mikal Bridges, where is he? He's getting drafted in the second round this year. Where is his rank? Oh, he's ranked high. No, not really. 56th ranked player. 20 points. People thought he's going to take the next leap. He's only shooting 45%. But if he's averaging 25 points, he's a top 30 player, I think. But again, he's getting drafted too high. Unless he can bring those defensive stats. 1.2 steals here so far this year. All right, let's go to the next game. The Dallas Mavericks got blown out. Okay, the Mavericks 8-3. Okay. Luka has had a crazy start. This game, not so much. Plays just 26 minutes. Really struggled. Horrible game here. And Kyrie, how is Kyrie doing? With Luka going off every game, it's hard to see Kyrie ranked super high. Kai right now is ranked. Yeah, he is so far had a slow start, but he's still 23rd ranked player. Usually Kyrie, he's per game basis, he's top 10 every year. Just 22 points this year, but I do expect him to be top 10, top 15 easy. So if some guy's getting frustrated with Kyrie, because Luka had such a hot start, right? Kyrie hasn't had a chance to go off a couple games, no chance to go off yet. Derek, lively. He's getting a lot of hype, but he's starting, but he doesn't have consistent minutes. He could be a streamer for rebounds and blocks, all the big man stats. Grant Williams is just a 3-point streamer, nothing else. And Tim Hardaway Jr. also just a points and 3 streamer. On this Mavericks team, really, just Luka and Kyrie. Everybody else is just streamers. Unless Derek start getting consistent 25 to 30 minutes. Look at Pelicans. Zion, who's been struggling. I wouldn't say struggling. He's staying healthy, but he's just not putting up the numbers. He's ranked outside of 200. But I think his points, and they're not going up, right? Kind of came down. Not much you can do. You can maybe buy low on him if you're pounding free throws on Zion. Brandon Ingram had 25 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. He's doing his thing. Valanciunas. Actually, let's see what Ingram is doing this year. 100, 130. Ingram is not doing so well. Again, the same old Ingram. He's the reason he's ranking so low is his free throw. Usually, he's a pretty good free throw, just 74%. But he give you points, rebound, assists, but just absolutely no defensive stats, right? He's tall, right? He's got a long wingspan. He's got to get on board. Maybe he's a big defender, but for fantasy purposes, that's not so great. Valanciunas, the guy is also getting drafted. Over the years, he is again ranked super, not high, but 67th ranked player. Just 24 minutes, yeah. With Zion playing, his minutes are not a lot of games. They're just not gonna close with him, right? Herbert Jones, what amazing game, 5 steals and 2 blocks. I mean, he's absolutely must roster. In my opinion, in category leagues, because the steals and blocks he provides, and if he gets 30 minutes a night, I think he's just a must roster. Kind of like Robert Covington a couple years back. But there'll be weeks. Let's say he averaged like 0.8 steals and 0.4 blocks. That's going to happen, because those defensives are very, very, how do you say, the variance is crazy. So you just gotta hold on to him as long as the minutes is there. But if his minutes is 20, right, it's okay to drop. But if he's getting minutes, you have to keep him. The next game, the Portland Trailblazers lost to Utah Jazz, 2 young teams. The Portland Trailblazers, Skylar Mays. Yeah, this guy is getting a lot of minutes with all the guys out. So have at him. He's not really ranked, but any starting point guard who can get you 10 assists is hard to get. Right? You have to get him. 10 assists here, 2 blocks, amazing. Shaedon Sharpe played 41 minutes. Okay. With all the guys out, Fernie Simon, this is another issue with Portland is another young team, just like the Spurs. They're going to rest guys. So if you got those young guards, just something to keep in mind as well. DeAndre Ayton, with Robert Williams out for the season, that really helps DeAndre Ayton, but he could also get rested toward the end. Ayton on the year, wow, he's amazing, 24th ranked player. Why is he only averaging 12 points? So his points went down, but his overall ranking went up because he's averaging 1.6 steals. That's not sustainable. 1.6 steals for DeAndre Ayton. 58% from the field goal is okay, but yeah, you gotta get your points up, right? You are the number one option. Not number one option because he can't really shoot. But yeah, I mean, offense still go through the guard, but you should get more shots up at least. Jeremy Grant just continue doing his thing. He does this every single year. If he has a hot stretch, I would just trade him. On a bad team, right? He could also get traded to the deadline. It goes to a team where he become like the 5th option. For the Utah Jazz, Lauri Markkanen. Where's Walker Kessler? Kessler has been underwhelming this year. But you don't ever drop him. Oh, he's been hurt. Average is just 2.1 blocks and have no steals this year. I mean, you gotta hold on to him. Kessler has huge potential with blocks and rebounds. Lauri Markkanen, how is he doing this year? Probably not so hot. Oh, sorry, he's just had a bad game. 14th ranked player, 24 points, 4 threes, 8 rebounds. But again, same old, just no defensive stats. So in order to break the top 10, he's shooting amazing from the free throw line. But yeah, for him in fantasy at least, he's got get more defensive stats, which I don't really see to trade. John Collins had a great game, 1 steal and 3 blocks. Did Collins improve since he got traded? He's 70th ranked player. I mean, not really, right? 15 points, that went up since he's Atlanta Hawks year, 71%. Just no blocks. Give us some blocks, right? 3 blocks here is great. Jordan Clarkson just a streamer for points and threes. I mean, if he played like this, try to sell him. Keontae George, 26 minutes, 15, yeah. Just like Skylar Mays, right? If starting point guard can get you some assist, go grab him. Kelly Olynyk had a huge game, but there's just one game. Colin Sexton just a streamer for points if certain guys are out. The next game is interesting. The Timberwolves, who's been amazing this year, beat the Warriors again. Warriors really struggling this game. Without Curry and with guys getting ejected, with Draymond and Clay, they still hang on tight. Only lost by 3. There been a lot of talking online, talking about how bad he has been, and he has been bad. He played just 1 minute here. they really should look at some other guys and really give him the more minutes. And so same thing with Wiggins. I don't know what happened with some of these guys. They're just being bad this year. Meanwhile, the Timberwolves had a really hot start. They won 7 straight, and they beat a lot of good teams, right? They haven't been beaten at home, 5-0 at home. And the big reason is Anthony Edwards, who's been balling 3 threes, 20 points, 3 steals. But the problem with him in fantasy is just you gotta improve your free throw percentage. Everything else he's already doing everything else pretty well. Edwards this year, 81% from the is great, and he's ranked 28th. Nice. But our expectation of him, people compare him to Michael, and he's not a top 10 fantasy player. And I don't think, unless he improves his free throw, he's not going to be there anytime soon. Mike Conley had 8 assists, just a streamer for us. Well, in the playoffs, if you don't need assists, you drop him. He give you a little bit of everything else. Rudy Gobert played 35, just does what he does. And Karl Anthony Towns went off with 33 points. So, 37 ranked player. Yeah, I mean, Cat used to be top 10 every year. No questions asked, right? But now, given the role, he's just not getting blocks, right? If he's averaging 1.5 blocks, then Rudy takes his rebounds away, right? But averaging 20 points is okay, right? One of biggest Cat's strength is his efficiency. He doesn't miss any games. But with Rudy taking rebounds and blocks away, it's tough. He's gonna be in that range, top 40. Jaden McDaniels also got ejected. But this team is. Let's see how far they can go this year. They got a lot of talent on this team. For the Warriors, Chris Paul, try to sell him high, to be honest. If everybody is healthy, he doesn't have, which is why, if let's say Draymond is out for 5 games, Steph Curry is out for 5 games, Chris Paul can put up top 20 numbers. I don't have doubts with that. But with everybody else healthy, I think you guys see earlier, he's just getting 25, right? They're not running him to the ground. So try to sell him. Only 4 assists, which is weird given he played 36 minutes. So something else is, I guess they really changed their offense. Everybody's touching, but not much else. All the guys are out. And they only lost by 3, which is kind of interesting, impressive. If all the starters play, they might lost by more. Maybe Timberwolves took their foot off the gas pedal too. All right, the last game, the Denver Nuggets, of course, they're 9-2, first in the Western Conference. The Clippers are kind of a mess. James Harden played 35, 21 points, 3 threes, 4 assists. Yeah, he's not going to average 10 assists. So if you got him third, I don't think he's going to be a top 20, 30 player if he's not getting 10 assists tonight, right? He's not going to average a lot of points either. So a lot of value has to come from his defensive stats and hitting threes. He had a fairly good game here. So hopefully maybe it'll be better. Paul George went off 35 points. Kawhi Leonard, those 2 guys have been fairly healthy. Not really worried about them. Just can they be healthy in fantasy at least. Russell Westbrook, I think it definitely hurts at Harden now. Harden is here. Plays just 24, but the steals keep coming in. So just steals, assists, rebound, he give you those. So keep holding on to him. But, the efficiency is always tough. But you know what you get when you have this guy. Denver Nuggets, Jokic struggled, interestingly, 8 for 23. But made all his free throws, 32 points. To me, he is still the number 1 ranked player. And right now, Shea is ranked ahead of him. Anthony Davis, Tyrese Haliburton. Any of those guys, if you make a trade to Jokic, I absolutely do it. I think it's fairly straightforward. He's the number 1 fantasy player. And in the years to come, it's hard to see a guy that could beat him because he's super, super efficient. That's why you need to be a top 5 player. Super, super efficient, give you a ton of assists, right? And then all the other numbers, he put up the counting numbers, right? Other guys like Shea, Tyrese Haliburton, maybe. But for those guys, efficiency is tough, and maybe they don't get as many blocks. Jokic is not a big shot blocker, right? Just averaging 0.7, but I could see him averaging 1, to be honest. And he's only averaging 1 steal. Those 2 categories should go up. Michael Porter Jr., all the other guys with Jamal Murray out, right? Reggie Jackson could be an option if you need some points and assists. But Jokic should get majority of the numbers, to be honest. And Aaron Gordon had a fairly good game. Not much to talk about on the Nuggets, to be honest, because all the guys are just kind of follow Jokic's need. And that's it, guys. I will see you tomorrow.